and was able to beat Snoot there, and he's played a couple Koreans on Belshire Beach as well. So, you know, maybe he's figured out the map. Maybe he's solved it. Very, very interested to see what he decides to do against Stephano here in this deciding match. Such an important match, so much on the line. When you're talking about a double elimination tournament, you do not want to be the guy coming out of the loser's bracket. It means you have to win 2 best-of-3s back-to-back. That is so hard to do.
Best of 5. The grand final is going to be best of 5.
I did not know that. Yeah. Nobody handed me the memo. Well, still, then that becomes even more difficult. And man, wow. So here we go. Belshire Beach winter version, I should say. Axeltoss.
Yep.
I'm going to hand it over to you because I know you love talking about who spawns where.
All right, I will go ahead and introduce the player in the top left-hand location. Was down 1-0, but managed to even it up 1-1. He has his eyes on the prize. His name is Stephano. The USA chants resonate from the
breaking
crowd.
out in the crowd, and of course Stephano's opponent in the bottom right-hand side of Belshire Beach, the red Terran player, one of the strongest Terrans on the planet, TSL.Polt. And everybody watches with bated breaths. Nobody knows what's going to come here.
Now, the last time I saw Polt play on this map against Violet, he went for a I think a supply depot command center, or 1 Rax expand, but putting his command center at his natural expansion. Violet saw this, and he's like, hey, you're not going to do that, I'm not going to let you, and he went for a Baneling bust. You know, you could say, did Polt bait this Baneling bust from Violet? Was Violet tilted from the game before, which he... Should I spoil it? I don't know if I should spoil that game, because it was one of the most amazing games in this tournament.
It was intense.
I'm sure a lot of people here
If you haven't seen it, close your ears and go watch the VOD.
Yeah, Violet lost a game that he should have...
In a base race.
He should have won. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree.
Yeah, I was actually talking to the players about this back in our little player area where everybody's sitting around watching the games. And I was talking to the Zerg player Heavens, who's played here, as we do see the very fast command center from Polt. Heavens said, hey, you know what you should do when you're base racing as Zerg? You should build a spine crawler, you should uproot it, and you should follow your broodlords with it. Because it's about the same speed, and it just stays on your army, and with queens there to transfuse, it'll never die.
There you go.
And I was like, wow, that is
really smart.
so smart. I've actually never seen somebody do that. So point me to a game where that's happened at a professional level, and I will point you to happiness.
All right, and, you know, we'll have to see what ends up happening here. The gas going down from Polt. I'm trying to remember if he followed it up with Banshees in that game. I can't quite recall. Gosh, I wish I could remember that game.
Actually, I think a Spore Crawler would be even better. It has more health, doesn't it?
It does,
and it has armor.
Yeah, there you go. I don't want to make any absolutes here.
Breaking the metagame.
Of course, someone's yelling at us that an uprooted Baneling nest would be better or something like that.
You can uproot a Baneling nest?
No, you can't. But
that would be so cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Baneling nest is a really scary-looking building.
It is. It's one of the most terrifying units in the game. As we see Stephano getting 100 gas and then pulling his drones out, sending him straight to his natural expansion, getting that metabolic boost, speed upgrade, and Polt scouting. Seeing all this happen, meanwhile, Stephano has not yet scouted his opponent, so has no idea what Polt is doing right now.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be a little bit sad when he sees this really fast command center, because this is best case scenario for Polt. He's going to have a great economy. We can see on the income tab that he's only 2 SCVs behind, and he's already got a completed double orbital, so he's going to be able to outmine Stephano from now on. Well, barring Stephano going up to 80 drones,
exactly,
while Polt doesn't have so many.
Yeah, and you know, we'll have to see what Polt does from here. Does he try to be somewhat aggressive after getting his economy up and running? Does he add a fast 3rd command center? Not completely unheard of from this player. He does have 400 minerals. And he just built 2 SCVs and a reactor, so those are going to get depleted quite quickly, but still going up there in that mineral count and adding on 2 barracks. So definitely looking to have a decent ground army just to protect from any potential aggression from Stephano. Perhaps might try to do a push later on in the game. But right now, Stephano returning guys into gas, trying to saturate both of his hatcheries, still making nothing but drones at this point in time. And he has scouted with his Zergling the bunker at the front of Polt's base and that finished command center.
Now Stephano's Overlord has spotted that there's a command center here in the natural of Polt, and you know, if you click on the mineral patches, he's probably got a pretty good feel for how fast that command center is. Still no 3rd from Stephano. He's building that fairly early roach horn. He's sitting on only 35 drones. He's got a few more coming out though, so It doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be getting very aggressive off these drones, but he is building 4 Overlords at once right now.
Yeah.
Which points to him wanting to free up some supply for a swell of units.
And he does have double gas right now, which again lends itself towards making a lot of roaches there. So will he go for roach aggression, adding on a baneling nest?
Oh my. Oh me, oh my. Yep, it looks like it's going to be a roach baneling. I don't want to call this an all-in, as it's almost impossible for it to do 0 damage. But,
right.
Man, you know what? I don't know if I like this against what we have from Polt. It's going to be Marauder Hellion. And Marauder's not so bad against roaches.
Yeah. You know, Polt has proven time and time again he can take this fast expand and he can hold it. You know, relatively easily as well. Again, Violet tried to break it, and now Stephano's going to break it. Will Stephano succeed?
It's all going to come down to very aggressive plays on both sides. Command Center first into big Marauder Hellion aggression versus what's essentially a Roach Baneling. Well, we'll just say it. It's a Roach Baneling all in.
Yeah.
So Hellions are going to actually poke around here, and there are only a handful of Lings at the top of this ramp. If Polt gets in, it's going to be trouble. But Stephano, wow, he's right in the. He's just so lucky to have his units there right now versus being on the other side of the map. Those Banelings are morphing, and not a whole lot back here to defend it. But there's those Marauders, man. Those Marauders are really the trump card of sorts, and now he's going to reveal him. That's a lot of Marauders. Baneling's going to crash right through the bunker.
Wow.
Here come the Lings, and the Hellions are coming all the way back home. Lings are going to surround everything. Every Marauder will go down, and that means it's Zerglings and Roaches against Hellions. Stephano going to morph some Banelings here. Roach is going to be allowed to fight against the Hellions, whereas the Lings are just going to go right into the mineral line. A few more Marauders going to come out and focus down these Banelings. Nice play there by Polt. 69 supply to 61. And worker-wise, it's still kind of close, 38 to 30. More Lings streaming in. This could go either way.
It's no bunkers being made by Polt in his main base, which I'm a little bit shocked by. Zerglings trying to run by, but Hellions behind those Marauders going to do a lot of damage to the Zerglings. More and more Marauders popping out, I think.
Whoa. Interesting choice to morph those Banelings as more Lings are streaming in. Roach is also going to do a pretty good job of fighting against these Marauders, and the Banelings are they going to finish? The Marauders really want to come forward and stop it from happening. More Lings still going to stream in. Banelings do in fact finish, and they're going to blow up on nothing?
Nothing.
Okay, so maybe a small mistake there by Stephano. That supply depot is going to die, and Stephano is going to back out. 37 drones to 28 SCVs. It is double orbital to 3 hatch Zerg, though Stephano's 3rd hatch is just now building.
Stim is about to finish here, so Polt could theoretically just turn around.
Against Violet, Polt just pushed with Stim, but I do think Stephano comes out a little bit better here as he's sitting on 45 drones. He's got Baneling Tech in play. Of course, Violet did too. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would honestly. I think it'd be a mistake if Polt pushed. He is walking out of his base as if he wants to, though.
Stephano trying to take a 3rd at the moment. Lings lurking on the bottom, on the middle right-hand side of the map. Perhaps going to go for a counterattack once Polt gets across to Stephano's side, or perhaps go for a surround. The Zerglings returning forward, going to cut off some Hellions, or at least try to. Getting him. No, the Hellions going to run out of there. Going to microwave from those Zerglings, and Polt is not stopping, taking down that or actually.
No, he wants to go up into the natural. Stephano's got 16 Lings that are about to spawn. This is still going to be kind of close. Stephano trying to counterattack, but the wall is up, and that's not going to work at all. More units going to stream out. Baneling's going to come crashing in. Hellions take a lot of, or Marauders rather, taking a lot of damage, but they do not go down. And Stephano, 12 Lings, 7 Roaches building, but he's on the clock right now. There's Hellions and Marauders in his natural, and nothing there to fight against them. Just a couple of Queens, a couple of Zerglings going to pop out. Those Roaches really need to spawn for Stephano to hold. At the same time, the aggression at the front of Polt's natural has been cleaned up. Roaches are going to spawn, and it's only Hellions left. Nothing but action here in the first few minutes of this game.
Stephano able to hold off that push. This 3rd hatchery might go down, though, unless Stephano is very careful. Moving Roaches and Lings forward to try to deal with these Hellions. Doesn't want to engage with those Lings. A very smart decision, but the Marauders are joining this composition, and Polt is now on the run.
Yeah, Polt's being forced to back up a little bit, but man, Marauders are just so good against those Roaches, and the Roaches are trying to focus down the Marauders, and they're doing an okay job of it. The last Marauder will fall, and now it's just Roaches and Hellions fighting. Okay, one more Marauder in the back. But Stephano will continue. Wow, 10 more Roaches in production, so Stephano is serious about punching back. More Marauders going to go down. Polt right now producing Marauders 3 at a time. producing Hellions 2 at a time. High aggression from the Terran player, and Stephano really hanging in there for all that he's worth.
Stephano can't lose this third hatchery. That would be very bad for him. Polt advancing up. That's exactly what's on his mind. I'm going to take this out. Targeting down a Roach. Stephano returning back to protect this with Roaches of his own and some more Zerglings. He should be able to hold this off. Takes out the Marauder, and Polt's going to fly out of there with those Hellions, or at least I should say flee out of there.
This is so razor thin right now. 400. I mean, both these players macroing almost perfectly. Nobody really spiking up at all. Not hitting any supply blocks. Stephano working on 4 hatcheries right now, injecting everywhere, keeping those Queen energy nice and low. Roach is still chasing. Honestly, I kind of think Stephano should be careful about this, as the stem does go down with a lot of Marauders. They're going to run forward and kill a bunch of these Roaches. Ling's going to stream in, as well as a few more Roach reinforcements. But it looks like Polt's probably going to win this fight handily.
Polt has too much stuff here, and Stephano continuing to engage, throwing away more and more units. A lot of Hellions here.
But the Hellions not being microed very well, and these Zerglings actually going to be heroes, cleaning up all the Marauders. And only a handful of Hellions left. This is so close. These guys really going blow for blow with each other. And nobody wants to stop attacking. Stephano pushing Polt all the way back to his natural.
Wow.
And finally, I think we're going to get a second to breathe, as it looks like...
I don't think I was the only one holding my breath there. That's for damn sure.
It looks like either side has stabilized. What a battle that we've seen here in the first 15 minutes, non-stop action. In the midst of that, Stephano's taking a third. He's spreading creep. He's macroing very well. He's still pumping out units, working on double Evo upgrades. Roach speed now on the way. And it's just Roach Ling against Marauder Hellion, and it all comes down to balancing that composition as well as you can. If Polt can stem up here and pick off this hatchery, that'd be a nice win.
Stephano has so many units here. They're a little bit out of position, though, outside of his natural expansion. They need to be protecting this third. Polt going to micro back those Hellions very nicely. A lot of Roaches here from Stephano. Polt wants nothing to do with that. Going to back away those Marauders. Turning around the Hellions, trying to get some pot shots off on those Zerglings, but Stephano going to clean up this army quite comfortably. It looks like reinforcements coming in, but going to the wrong location, and now Stephano's going to back up once again.
That was great link control by Stephano, surrounding those Marauders, making sure that they are forced to disengage from that fight. And honestly, man, wow, look how good Polt is. He's even gotten a third up. He's adding more production facilities, switching out some of these barracks, switching over into tank production now, which is just brilliant. Realizing that, okay, I'm not going to end this game on Marauder Hellion. I've got to go up to some higher tech. But making that realization in the midst of this aggression is what is so impressive. Roaches will retake control of this Zelnaga tower. Stephano's stable on 3 bases, and he has gone up to 65 drones somehow.
Yeah. Again, gradually just droning throughout all of that attacking and engaging. 9 Banelings in production as well. 32 Lings on the way. Has to be careful. Doesn't want those Lings dying to the Hellions.
Again, the Hellions going to come try to poke forward, and this time Stephano going to try to cut them off here. As they retreat, Roach is going to catch some Marauders in an awkward spot. There's Banelings here this time, and Stephano's going to come upon a newly taken third base, and this could be a little bit dangerous for the income of Polt, as these Banelings are going to waddle forward. What are they going to blow up on? It's Marauders. Banelings versus Marauders, not always the best choice, but in that case, a lot of Marauders went down.
Stephano has the supply lead, 122 to 66, doubling the supply of Polt right now, advancing into the natural expansion. Supply was raising up. Polt needs to pull SCVs to repair this. A tank is sieging up Stephano, backing away, but he's eliminating this third. Polt forced to lift off.
Yes, he will have to at least forego mining at this third base for some time, as Polt has been battered back all the way into his natural 126 supply against 83. I suspect a 4th base to be coming from Stephano soon. There is no infestation pit. There's that 4th going down from Stephano. No infestation pit, so no sign of Hive just yet. +2 armor finishing up, +2 melee is already done. Burrow on the way for Stephano, so I love that addition. And now he's morphing a lot more Banelings. I think he wants to try and end this game.
This is dangerous. He does have tanks here in nice position. If he can target fire down the Baneling.
It's only 1 tank. 2 tanks. 3 tanks.
3. So this is very dangerous for Stephano. I don't know if he wants to try to bust this. Might just wait for Polt to come out and then go for it. At the same time, he's taking a 4th hatchery behind this. The top right side of the map, Stephano continuing to think about engaging. Might just save these Banelings. No, he's going to go for it.
He is going to go for it. Roach is going to come forward, absorb those first tank shots. Baneling's going to crash right into the peak of that wall, and wow, they're going to crush right through a lot of these Marines. Stephano has breached the wall. He is in the natural of Polt. Every siege tank's going to go down. 130 supply against 60. Stephano, it looks like... Oh, I think he's done it, Axel.
He's done it, doubling the supply of Polt. Polt has absolutely nothing here to defend. 2 tanks in production, 6 Marines, that's not going to be enough. 1 tank siege back here. The SCV's running for their lives, trying to get to that tank to repair it, repairing themselves, it looks like, trying to engage the Zerglings, but that's not going to work. I think Stephano has escaped.
GG! What a game, what a series, and Stephano doesn't even react. Just smirks. and slowly takes off his headset. Beautiful play by the French Zerg. Millennium must be proud. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. CVT on bullshit. Polt opening with high aggression. The action did not cease. And Stephano with the smug.
Someone get him an American flag.
Oh, God bless Texas.
God bless Texas indeed.
Oh man, guys, I hope that that Rachel is standing by because I know y'all want to hear from Stephano. We're going to kick it up to her on the main stage and hear from our players.
Stephano, congratulations. Join me in the middle of the stage. I hear you officially endorsed the Stephano USA meme.
I didn't understand.
You're all down for being from the USA?
Of course.
That's all yours, buddy. We'd love to have some more questions from the crowd, so I'm going to send Vivian out there with the microphone and raise her hand high. She totally did the bait and switch there. So well, we got our first question right down in front for Stephano.
In Game 3, why did you choose to go for an aggressive strategy?
On the first two games, I played kind of defensive with 3 bases, and I think he didn't expect me to be aggressive in the early game, even though if he saw the roaches. Because in second game, I attacked with roaches, but I went third base behind it. So maybe he would have thought I will go the same strategy, and I went on some kind of all-in with a third base. He had less drones, less tech, and it didn't really work, but I did kind of some damage, yeah. So it was really smart for me. I'm a smart guy.
Yeah, you did some damage. Raise your hand high, guys, if you have a question for Stephano. Vivian's coming around. She's got nice little prizes from TSL.Polt to hand out if you do have a question. Down on the left.
Were you confident in going up against Polt?
Were you confident?
Not really. I said in every single interview that I think I will lose this game. Last time we met, I think it was Line Assembly and MSL Pro Cup. I lost both. I won only like one map, I think, on one best of 7 and one best of 3. So I'm not really confident, and I had some time to practice, change my playstyle, and I think it works quite well. So I'm happy about me. Proud of me.
You want them to be proud of you?
I'm proud of me.
We got some more prizes and some more questions, so raise your hand high, let Vivian find you. Oh, one down in front.
What was the deal with the baneling nest in Game 1?
What was the deal with the baneling nest in Game 1?
What deal? I don't understand what you're talking about.
You had a baneling nest out very early, and then you didn't really seem to do much with it against the Hellions.
I thought you would go on Hellion Marine push way earlier. I didn't really see his second base, so I went baneling nest to be safe. I didn't want to lose stupidly my first game. But I saw then his second base, but my baneling nest was ready, so it was my mistake.
All right, guys, keep your hands up between questions. That way Vivian can bounce right over to you. Well, we got another one in the middle. We're going all the way to the right. This guy's raising his hand high. He must have a good one.
Hi. After your first loss to Polt, what did you think your immediate strategy was going to be going into the second match?
What did you say?
After you first lost to Polt,
yeah.
What were you thinking of using as a strategy in the second match?
On the first map, I think the strategy was okay. I just didn't really macro well my units and took bad fights. So I went exactly on the same strategy with a faster third, but it was all about like positioning and fights. The strategy was okay, I think.
All right, we got a couple more prizes from TSL.Polt, so if you have a question, keep your hand up. Hold on, that microphone's off. Viv, can you help him out? You seemed really committed. You seemed really committed to Broodlords. How come no... Oh, no, I'm doing that for the stream, not for you, buddy. I know. You got it. Why no Ultralisks?
So, as I said on our last meeting, I went exactly the same strategy and I lost every single game, almost every single game. So I tried to change my playstyle, and that's what I found Brutals. And it worked quite well against his playstyle because he goes on heavy tanks composition, which doesn't work against Brutals.
All right, we've got some more questions. Oh, we're checking out the microphone, though. So I'm going to choose you. You can come on up here and ask the question yourself. Sir, down in front, was that a maybe no? No?
Where's your puppy? I don't see it.
Where's your puppy?
I forgot it.
You didn't have your puppy in your winning match against Polt?
I guess he's like totally used, wasted, so I don't really need it anymore.
We witnessed Stefano growing out of his childhood puppy. I'm really a little verklempt about that. All right, we have another question for you, sir. When are you coming back to America next?
I'm leaving like 1 week and I come back just for IPL4.
So you'll see him in Vegas, guys. All right, it was that gentleman and this one right here. How many more prizes do we have? No more? Anyone want to ask a question for no prize? Ah, that's the spirit. What can I get for you, sir? How do you feel about Mutabaneling instead of Infestor Baneling?
I'm really bad with it. I suck with Mutalisks, so I don't try to use it. I tried once with against Bolt. It kind of surprised him, but even though I lost the game with a big advantage, so I don't really like Muta. I don't think it's that it's like that useful in fights. So nah.
You down for some more? As you wish. As I wish? As you wish. All right. Well, Stefano's down for more questions. So you, sir, what can I get for you? Do you think you'll see Polt again in the finals? And if you do, will the outcome be the same?
What's that called?
Result.
Even though I won the first meeting today, I'm really still scared against Polt because I kind of showed every strategy I had against him. So I don't really know how it will go in the grand final.
You, sir, right there in the glasses? If you win this tournament, will you keep playing StarCraft for a long time to come?
All
right.
Not only this tournament, I want to do a good result in MLG and IPL, so this event is quite small compared to them, so I hope I will do good in this event.
Any other questions? You back there? How nervous were you before you went into Game 3?
I wasn't, no.
Oh, the last push. I'm sorry, the last push, going to Game 3 last push?
I wasn't nervous. I knew I won since I defended his attack on my ramp on my second base. So, no stress.
No stress. All right, Stefano, thank you so much. Congratulations once again. We'll see you soon.